Hey guys, today we wanted to talk to you about 10 things that were the hardest for us when moving to Florida. By hard, we either mean hard to part with from Wisconsin or hard to get used to down here in Florida.
And actually, to be honest, this list was pretty difficult for us to come up with 10 full things because we really love it here.
We make all sorts of videos about moving to Florida and all the fun things you can do when you get here. So if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe down below, give this video the thumbs up, and make sure you have the notifications on so you don't miss one of our next videos or when we go live to answer your questions.
So without further ado, let's get into it
Right now. So the first thing we want to talk about is something that was hard to get used to, and that would be the traffic. Now, we can't speak for every area in Florida, but I can tell you from personal experience, the Orlando area is busy, as well as most other metropolitan areas in Florida.
So guys, we're not just talking about driving in the traffic, but what you have to do if you need to get anywhere. Like appointments from where we're located in Davenport, if we have an appointment at 4 o'clock in Orlando, you better be leaving well over an hour prior to your appointment. And also with that being said, knowing you have a later appointment and you're coming home from Orlando around 4 o'clock, you're gonna be sitting in traffic. I mean, it's gonna be a while. I mean, sometimes we'd get home at 6, 7 o'clock at night.
If traffic is something you want to know more about, we made a whole video about it. Check it out right there. So number 2 is another thing that took some getting used to when it came to moving to Florida, and that is the amount of tourists that are here. They are everywhere. And it's not just Orlando, it's pretty much everywhere in Florida. Every beach town is filled with tourists. And you know what? That's okay. People are here because it's a great state to visit. And to be honest, it's what really boosts our economy here in Florida.
So this next one kind of really yanks my chain, but yeah, I know I said it. I hate, and I don't use hate very much, but I very much dislike the rap that Florida gets between...
What do you mean?
Well, even like, okay, so the Florida man, I mean, obviously is funny and whatever, but like, I just hate the rap that like Floridians get, and just from all ends of the spectrum.
Just the general vibe, first of all, that people think everybody in Florida gets paid less than everywhere else in the country.
It just bothers me because...
Let me tell you something. I came to Florida and got a 25% pay increase.
Yes, and it just, I don't know, it's just something about that. I just immediately get mad, and I don't know if it's because I fell in love with this state and I live here now and this is my home, or if it's just, I mean, even I want to feel like even when we were just vacationing here and I still lived in Wisconsin, I just hated it when people would say, I mean, I just feel like they can just come up with anything negative to say.
Part of it, we see a lot more of it running this channel because of some of the trolls who are probably watching this right now. And you're going to comment down below, and I know what you're going to say. Florida's full of scumbags and trailer parks, and every restaurant jailbreak, felon goes to Florida. It's not true, guys.
No, it's not. And I hate it too that like people say like, you can't get an education there. You can't, do this. You can't do that. And it's like, that is so untrue. I mean, we have so many things going for us.
What it is? It's jealousy.
Maybe.
Number 4 is something that was a hard transition for us coming to Florida from Wisconsin, and that is finding all new health care. You've heard us talk about it before. It was a struggle.
It still is a struggle.
Got nothing else to say? But if you go back and watch, we made a video just a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Were you pointing?
I was pointing.
Okay, I'll put it up there, okay?
Put it up there.
Yeah. We made a video a couple weeks ago kind of explaining just how the healthcare is different in Florida compared to other states, and not meaning that it's bad. It's just different.
It's just different.
And it takes some getting used to. So check out our video about that after this one.
So this next one didn't really affect me as much as it affected Eric.
That's number 5, and that's the fact that the seasons don't change as much here in Florida as they do up in the northern states. They do change, but it's very slight. It was just weird for me going and picking pumpkins when it's 90 degrees out.
See, I didn't
Going and cutting down a Christmas tree when it's 80 degrees out and trying to pretend like we're wearing flannels and really just sweating our ASS is off.
That didn't really bother me as much as I thought it would. I'd say the only season that really kind of tugged at my heartstrings was fall. I miss all, and the leaves and things do change here, but there's just nothing like driving down a Wisconsin road and
when the leaves are changing.
And when the leaves are
right.
changing and falling. So I think that's the only one that really got me, but I will take sweating my butt off any day cutting down a Christmas tree versus being cold.
I don't miss snow, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I did miss seeing snow on Christmas Day.
Yeah, like the first snowfall.
Right.
And then
You
I
know,
just wanted to go away.
It was pretty nice being able to put my Christmas lights up and be able to feel my fingers at the same time.
And just nothing like swimming on Christmas Day.
Yeah, that's true. Now, this next one, although it's still something different from where we came from, it's something that I really enjoy and doesn't bother me as much as it did bother Lindsay, but probably not so much anymore. And that's number 6, and that is
Getting used to the wildlife.
it's different.
It is super different. And I think, I don't know, going back when we were talking about going camping in Wisconsin, like,
I don't think I could get you to camp here.
no, oh, and see, and I love camping, but maybe in a few years, maybe after a few years of living here, depending on where I go. But I totally like took that for granted because I would go sleep on the bare ground in Wisconsin now.
Not here.
Not versus because of what we have to deal with on a daily basis, knowing that there's so many things here that could hurt you,
And-
but it's so interesting and the wildlife is so beautiful here, but it's so freaky to me knowing that something so beautiful has the capability
Yeah,
of
right.
potentially really
And
hurting you.
We have a video in the works talking about all of the critters that we
Mm-hmm.
encounter on pretty much an everyday basis. So be
Yeah.
on the lookout for that in the very near future.
So number 7 is one, guys, that
Near and dear to your heart.
it's very near and dear to my heart. You got to put the work in with this one, and that is the distance between your family. We can help you and we can prepare you and we can tell you what to expect, but it's just, nothing really prepares you for going through the motions of missing your family so much.
Yeah, it's something you think you're all prepared for, and then anxiety hits and it really puts you into a place that you didn't know you'd be in.
And you do it for a while, because for a while, this new adventure being here, you're gonna have so many firsts again.
And it feels like a vacation at first, so you're not
Yeah.
as much missing family as much as you will be 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road.
Starting over and going on it's like having a baby, like all over again. You're gonna have so many firsts. Your first Christmas, your first Easter, all these firsts. And
That's a good point.
It just, then you throw children in the mix, and your children are doing things for the first time, and you don't have your family here. So there's so many constant reminders every day that your family's not here to see things. So it's something that I really thought I was ready for it. I was like, I understand that Florida is so much farther away from Wisconsin. I'm gonna be okay. We're gonna Skype, we're gonna do this. And I'm telling you, nothing prepares for it. You have to just go through the motions. But everything's gonna be fine, and you'll get through it. It's one of those things with time.
Number 8 is something that we field a ton of questions on all the time, and that is changing schools with your kids and getting used to the Florida school system compared to wherever it is you're coming from. Because again, Florida gets a bad rap when it comes to schools, and in our opinion, that's not fair.
No.
Because it's just a different area of the country. Things are done differently, and there are great schools down here, but you have to, again, do your research.
Advocate for your kids.
Yes, and find what suits you the best.
So again, guys, going with the bad rap with things with Florida, I was guilty as charged. I did this with the schools. I let all these things that I've let people fill my head with before coming here, and it took a toll on me. And so you, just like Eric said, do your research, know your location, advocate for your children. Everything's going to be just fine. Number 9 is another dear and near to my heart.
Dear and near.
Dear and near. 2 birds, 1 bush. Is not having my Wisconsin pickles.
Just the pickles?
Pickles are like
And just the things that you're used to where we came from, like Quick Trip.
Quick
You know,
Trip,
things Just
cheese. I mean, we have
spotted
cheese,
cow
but
beer, you know, but it's just everything that is like makes you feel comfortable and at home. You got to find new things like that here in Florida. If it's something, just like I said, like your local convenience store, more than likely they're not nationwide unless it's like a 7-Eleven or a Citgo or something like that.
Oh my
a Shell
goodness,
station.
Citgo.
But I'm saying, you know, in the Midwest we have Quick Trip.
Yep.
In Florida, what do we have? Wawa.
Wawa.
So it's two birds, one bush.
I'm telling you, when I go home, I'm smuggling so many Milwaukee pickles. Just not the same.
Where are you gonna put them?
Somewhere.
Number 10, something that was very hard for us when leaving Wisconsin, coming to Florida. Saying goodbye. That was hard, you know, because you realize it's going to be the last time that you see somebody face to face in
A long time.
a long time. And
You know, and
for
life happens, and
for some of those people that we said goodbye to, it's been, what, 14 months and we still have not seen them. So that goodbye is real. And it's something that, you know, you shouldn't take lightly.
no. So guys, we gave you 10 things that we struggled with adjusting and coming down here. But if there's anything that me and you and the whole world has learned, hopefully, in the past how many months that we've been quarantined, is if this is something you really want, you got to go for it.
Go for it.
Go for it, because look at this. Did you think that 4 months ago the entire country would practically be on lockdown? Jobs would be on a halt. I mean, beaches are closed, everything.
It's crazy.
This has taught any of us that life is so unpredictable and it's so crazy and it's short, and do it. Yes, we gave you a list of things that were on our, 10 things that scared us and took a while, but you know what? We're here.
Right.
We're loving it. We don't regret it. And you just got to do it.
Right. And those of you that have already made the move, let us know what was hardest for you. If you're about to make the move or thinking about making the move, what do you think is going to be the hardest for you? Let us know in the comments below. And again, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.